are going live.
Going live.
Take your time on the show, man. You got plenty of time, so.
That's good because I got a lot to cover.
I want to make sure we got a live feed and we've got audio going.
Yes, sir.
Feed. All right. Hey guys, if you're joining us, we're live on the Roofing Salesman page talking with Chase Wofford. Today, he's going to be talking about failure and dealing with failure and what that's like as a salesperson, what that's like when you work for yourself. And he has some really unique insights and thoughts on this because he's come up with a very unique and well, I'll let Chase tell the story himself, but let's test the audio here. If you can hear what we're saying, Chase, can you do a mic check for me now?
We got a mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Yeah, if you can hear my audio and you can hear Chase's audio, would you just give us a thumbs up in the comments, or I don't know, put a number in there, put a number 1 in there and let us know that you can hear us so that we can push forward on this.
I like the number 1 because I am number 1.
Oh, okay. So Chase wants a number 1 in the comments. Chris Carroll says, "You go, boy." Boy?
Boy with the OI?
No, he just went BOY.
Oh, just boy. You got to do the boy.
Boy. Who's Chris Carroll? I feel like I should know that name.
Yeah, that's one of my guys.
Oh, it's one of your guys. Oh,
Yeah.
Good, man. What's up, Chris? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, keep an eye on Chris. He's going to be doing all right.
All right. So I still need a thumbs up. Are we good? You getting the audio, folks? Let me know. Chris, if you can hear this, drop a 1 in the comments box to let us know you can hear our audio. Mitchell Parker is watching. What's up, Mitchell? The great JoJo Cozell is on. All right, so we're getting some likes here.
I love JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo is the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bri, what's up, Brian? Okay, Mitchell gave us a 1. I think we're good to go.
All right.
Chris gave us a 1. All right. Jason, what's up, Jason? JoJo says we good. All right, we're here with Chase Wofford, loud and clear at Rio Blanco, Chuck Allen. We're here with Chase Wofford. Chase Wofford owns the results for ASAP Roofing in Rockwall, the new Dallas-Fort Worth location. He has a unique upbringing, and he's going to bring us his thoughts on dealing with failure. You ever failed? You ever had anything in your life fail, fall apart, not go exactly the way you want it to go? Well, I'm glad you tuned in today because Mr. Wofford has some serious insights on failure, and he's going to share those with us here in a minute. Chase, why don't you give us a brief history about who you are and your background and how you got into the business of roofing?
Yeah, so grew up playing baseball, loved baseball. Went to UT Tyler to play there for a little bit. Ended up not liking it. It was a lot of work, and at that time I didn't have the motivation or the drive to do it. So quit doing that, finished up school though. And then after school, I ended up getting a job at Saltgrass Steakhouse doing some bartending. It's hard to find a job out there these days, as everybody knows. And so even if you went to college, it doesn't matter. And so I was working at Saltgrass, wanting a little bit more. I wasn't happy with where I was at.
So you had a college degree?
Mm-hmm.
And you
in kinesiology.
And you were bartending.
It's part of it. That's the way that the job force is these days.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that, kind of dead end. I wasn't happy with where I was. And then one day I saw a post on Facebook about ASAP Roofing, and it was one of the hiring videos, and I'm like, that looks like a cool place to work.
Yeah.
So I messaged the I guess it was JoJo or Leanne or whoever it was, and got an interview set up, and now the rest is history. I started working for the Nacogdoches branch down there, and did pretty well, and I earned my my spot here. You know, and it was just a matter of putting in the hard work and then getting this place and seeing that you finally made it. You finally achieved something. It was a great feeling for me, and now I'm kind of excited about the opportunity at this place, and we're going to be taking over the DFW area pretty soon.
Yeah, we got lots of DFW people watching.
Mhm.
Lots of Texas people from Colorado. I see folks from all over. Arkansas. Sam Biswell's in the house. Sam, what's up, man? Jess Barnes, thanks for watching. Jess, Chris Parker, Matthew Lamar, Aaron. Aaron's on. What's going on, Aaron? All right, so kind of take us back to this point where you're in college, you're playing baseball. How did you get to that point? Did you play baseball growing up as a kid?
That was my life.
That was your life? Okay.
Loved baseball, and not only the the game was fun. It was a blast, but baseball can also teach you a lot of things about life. And baseball is, I'm actually going to talk about baseball here in this as well. Once I get going, it taught me a little bit about life as well. And so, I mean, I was having a blast. It was everything to me. I loved it. And then went to college with it, and it was tough.
Yeah.
A lot of time that it takes, a lot of time.
Yeah. If you've ever played, college ball, you know that when you're playing college ball, they own you. You know, the schedule owns you.
Absolutely.
You can't skip around lightly. They want you on the field. They want you in the gym. They want you at the practice. It's a full-time commitment.
It lasted about a month for me, and because the way our schedules worked was we had to schedule our classes from 8 to 12, because at 1 o'clock to about 7 we had practice every day, and it was just very, very time consuming. And like you said, it was my day. You know, it was tough.
Yeah. Guys, if you ever played college ball, I'm just kind of curious. Hit a like button there and let me see if we got anybody that's played college ball before. You know what Chase is talking about.
For longer than a month, like I did.
What's that?
I said for longer than a month.
Yeah, for longer than a month. Ben Houston is on. What's up, Ben? It's good to see your name come up on my screen. Doug Tucker. How you doing, Doug? Josh Shoop. Josh, I love the way you smiled in that picture Chuck posted the other day. You look like a happy man. David, I'm going to be out your way on Thursday. We're doing a private training event. Looking forward to that. I appreciate you posting that on your page. Corey Lewis, how's it going, Corey? Really great of you to jump in. I want to meet you someday, Corey, in person. All right, so Chase is going to be talking about failure today. We got a few likes there. We must have a few college athletes. Dealing with failure in your personal life and your professional life. I'm going to cut them loose here in a second. But before we do, Doug Tucker said, if only they had 9 ball as a college course. Chris Hyman's watching. David, I am looking forward to it, man. That's going to be a fun day.
He's a superstar right there. Much respect for what David's got going on in Nacogdoches.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's a good guy. And he, of all my friends on Facebook, he's got the hottest sports opinions about the Dallas Cowboys. So if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you need to check the feed here for David. David's, man, he stays with him.
Yeah, him and Cole are about as diehard as it gets.
Yeah, I kind of faltered this year. I lost hope, lost faith.
That's
all right.
Every year we win the first game and we're like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. And then they just kind of let us down.
It was a tough year. I mean, it was a tough year for the Falcons, too. It was a tough year for a lot of teams that thought they were going to have a great year. I don't know if, if anybody thought they were going to have a better year than the Cowboys did to be this disappointed, but it was a tough year all the way around. Hey, did you watch any of that XFL?
I did. It's actually, I actually like it. I like the pace of the play. My favorite thing is the kickoffs like that. You actually have people returning the kickoffs. And that's something in the NFL you don't see a lot. And if they do return it, they make what, like 15 yards because they're
Yeah.
already all the way down there. So the XFL, I think it's got a good opportunity to go along this time. It may actually end up being something. Plus, it's good to have football in February.
Yeah, it is. It's good. I mean, I think Chuck and I were talking about it, but that's brutal when the guy comes off the field and an interviewer pops up and says, "Hey, man, that must suck to miss the field goal."
Oh yeah, Pat. Yeah, that dude, man, he does not care. He will ask anything. I like it.
Right. That's crazy. All right. I promise you we're going to get to this content here pretty quick, but we got a bunch more people, and it just wouldn't be right if I didn't acknowledge them. So William's on. What's up? Tommy Guns is on. Groot's watching. Yeah, David acknowledges that Cole is with him, and I'll be out with Cole Reynolds on Thursday morning out in Palestine too. Clint Koppel's watching. Clint and JoJo are going to do a special event with me later this afternoon at 4 o'clock for roofing company owners. I hope you're a part of that. Stephen Hughes is watching. Leanne is watching. Nick Cessna is watching. Chris Carroll says, I watch the XFL. Yeah, I think I'm going to watch too. I just read an article, though, Chase, that said when the XFL debuted back in their first generation, they had 13 million viewers for the first game, and this time they only had 3 million viewers. So I don't know if that bodes well for the future of the league or not, but
Yeah, it may be the dip. Who knows?
it could be the dip. All right, Groot says, what's up? Chase, without any further delay, let me turn it over to you, man. You want to talk about failure? Let's hear what you got to say.
I got a few things I want to say about failure. All right, so I guess first thing we're going to have to do before we have this conversation is we're going to have to change what society has taught us about failure. So society has made a perception that failure is a bad thing. And I think everybody would understand that nobody wants to fail. All right, that's common sense. However, what society doesn't tell you is that failure can be one of the best things that ever happened to you. All right. Think about it. I feel like this all started back in grade school. So if you remember back in, kindergarten or so, that's whenever you started realizing that society has made it to where you should be ashamed of failing. I still remember the moment I noticed it to this very day. All right. And it was the most ironic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm going to tell you all a story. So I was in first grade with Miss Purser, right? We had a spelling bee, and you can't, this is the most ironic story ever. I misspelled the word dumb. All right. I spelled D-U-M instead of D-U-M-B. And then everybody started pointing and laughing at me. And for like the next month, my nickname was Dum Dum.
Wow.
It's kids are mean, right? And then I think that's whenever we first start realizing that society wants you to be ashamed of failure. There was nothing wrong with misspelling the word dumb. I didn't know how to spell it. I learned how to spell it after that. There's nothing wrong with failing in that case. But, the kids taught you that there is something to be ashamed of in that case. And then we live that still to this day, even as adults. Whenever we fail at something, society tells us that we should be ashamed for it. Everybody points and laughs at us. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to be the first one to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to get real with you. If you take a chance at something, you do a risk. There's a chance of failure. And you still do it despite having that risk of failure. I'm not ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed at all. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not pointing at you. I'm applauding you. Because guess what? You had something, you did something, you took a chance that 90% of the people out there will not do because they're afraid of failing. There's always a chance of failing in everything you do. All right, understand that. It doesn't matter what you do, sports, life, cooking. It doesn't matter what you do. There's a chance of failing. But if you look failure in the eye and you do it even at the chance of failing, nobody should be pointing and laughing at you, right? People should be applauding you for taking that chance.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, at least. That's kind of how it's carried over still to this day. Society wants to make us ashamed of failing at something, and you shouldn't be. Like I told you, I was going to talk about baseball, right? So
Okay.
I'm going to do a little baseball analogy.
All right. Let's talk about it.
All right. So in baseball, they have what's called a batting average, in case anybody on here doesn't know much about baseball. And what a batting average is out of 10 times of the opportunity of getting a hit, say you get a chance to get a hit 10 times, and you get a hit 3 times out of those 10 times, you have a 300 batting average.
Okay.
Right? And let me tell you right now, if you have a 300 batting average in the MLB, you're a superstar.
Right.
All right. You're going to the All-Star game.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, but let's flip that. That means if you succeed 3 out of 10 times, that means you're failing 7 out of 10 times. The pitcher gets you out 7 out of 10 times, whether it be a strikeout, a pop out, a ground out. You think those batters are going back to the dugout saying, I'm not doing this anymore, I quit, I give up? No. So why are we doing that in life?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So what the batters do is they take that first strikeout and they figure out, okay, I did this wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I did this wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And now the next time they face the pitcher, they have a much better chance of succeeding, of getting that hit. But can you imagine if everybody in the MLB just gave up after one time of striking out?
Yeah.
Think about how many new people would be coming in. So if that's kind of ironic for people in baseball to do that, it wouldn't make any sense. So why are we doing that in real life if we fail at something in real life? It makes no sense. The same thing for the pitchers, right? The pitchers, they face batters 1, 2, 3 times a game. The first time they face the batter, they have a pretty good chance of getting them out. All right. The second time they face the batter, he learns, okay, I know what the pitcher tried to do in that case, so now I can apply that the next time I bat. And so the second time he has a higher chance of getting a hit. Same thing for the third time. It just doesn't make sense that people are giving up and saying that I failed one time, I'm not going to do it again. And I think all of this has to do with what society has taught us. They want to try and make us ashamed of failure, ashamed of taking a chance. Look, there's only one thing in life that's going to make you a failure, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And that is if you give up. All right, let's make that very clear. You can fail 99 times. If you still get up and try to do it 100 times, you're not a failure. You're using what you have learned those past times, and you're applying that to be successful the 100th time. But what does make you a failure, in my opinion, is if you get knocked down and you stay down and you say, I quit, I'm giving up. Yeah. There's no reason to do that. I think Bill Gates is like the perfect, I don't know if you know much about Bill Gates, Mike, but sure. So Bill Gates he tried to start a company, I believe it was like some kind of traffic company way back in the day. It was a massive failure. Yeah. Now, can you imagine if Bill Gates was like, you know what, that's it, I give up. Right. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now on a computer.
Most likely not.
Bill Gates dropped out of college. He went to Harvard and he dropped out. Can you imagine how many people thought that Bill Gates was a failure because he dropped out of college? One of the smartest men in the world, and he dropped out of college. Can you imagine the backlash he got for that?
For real.
I mean, but he didn't consider that a failure. He applied what he learned and used it for Microsoft. And now he's one of the richest men in the world, most successful Americans, one of them at least, in the history of America. Like, he didn't take these fails that he experienced and that society told him he should be ashamed of. He didn't quit at those. He used that as fuel. And now look, Microsoft is incredibly successful, obviously.
Absolutely.
I don't understand why people are quitting after failing one time. It doesn't make a sense. As long as you learn from that failure right there at that time, then it's not really a failure. It's a lesson, in my opinion. Right? It's okay to fail. Learn from it.
Man, this is good stuff. We got some comments rolling in. I want to share them with you, Chase. And but while I'm going through this, if you've ever experienced a failure and you kept going, why don't you drop it in the comments? You know, what was it that you failed at, but you kept going? Like Chase was saying,
Absolutely.
did you get back up again? You saw the first pitch, you didn't hit it. You struck out the first time, you didn't get on base. What was it that you failed at, but you kept going? Drop it in the comments because I'm going to read it on air here.
And you deserve recognition for that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because like you said, school, that's where we learn to be ashamed of failures. That's a really good story, Chase.
It's not. It was a horrible story for me, but it's good that other people can learn from my misfortune.
All right, Steven says, Steven and Chad watching here. Dean Mize is watching. David Clark is watching. Levi Jackson in Oklahoma. Angel is watching. Tommy Guns wants to give a shout out to Levi. So, hey.
Is that one of the greatest last names?
I know, man. He sounds like he should be like a rock star. Tommy Guns. Matthew Norman. Hey, Matthew, what's up, man? Melissa Mullins is watching, or as I call her, Money. Doug Tucker says, that's why a lot of guys give up door knocking after 3 days or less.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dean says, Chase Wofford is bringing the fire. William says, good stuff. Sam Biswell says, tremendous motivation. Doug Tucker says, Steve Jobs, pretty good at repeated failure, but till the day he died, he persevered. Yeah, that's good. That's a good place for us to pick up on there, perseverance. When you're going through the middle of it, and again, we're going to turn this back over to Chase, and he's going to keep going on this for a second, but if you failed, but you got back up again and kept going, I want you to put it in the comments and let us know what that was, because you deserve the recognition. Let's pick up with perseverance, as Doug was talking about. Steve Jobs failed, persevered, failed, persevered. How important is perseverance in success?
Oh, it's probably one of the most important things in order for success. I mean, it's just because it's not a matter of if you fail, it's a matter of when you fail. You're probably going to fail at some point if you want to be successful. I don't know a single person in this world who has been extremely successful and hasn't failed. It's kind of part of the game. And that's kind of how life is. You take a chance, and whatever the outcome is, you deal with it, right? You take a chance. If you fail, you deal with it. But like I said, society has taught us that we should be ashamed of that. Like, listen, most people have extremely, extremely big egos, right? They don't want to let people see them fail. They don't want to do that. They want to be the only person in the entire world who has ever been successful without failure. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. I mean, I hope I'm not being too real with y'all, all right? But it's not going to happen. You're going to fail at some point.
Yeah.
Push your ego aside. It's okay for people to see you fail. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing at all. It's something that deserves to be applauded, like I said. If you take a chance and you fail, but you, like Mike said, you persevere despite having failed, like, that's something that should be applauded and you should be recognized. If you fail at something, it's okay. But if you persevere, that's whenever you're going to see the success, because you will fail at something. You have to persevere. You cannot give up. You can't. If you want to be successful and you want your dreams to happen, you cannot give up. Perseverance is one of the most important things when it comes to being successful.
Yeah.
This is how it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Let's see what we got here. We got some people sharing a few stories. Corey Lewis said, only made 2 sales my first 3 months knocking doors. Man, that's brutal, isn't it? 2 years later, I'm doing 2 to 3 roofs a week, and it's slow here in Georgia. He's ready for storm season to come on. Man, if you persevere through 3 months and only sell 2 jobs, man, that's perseverance, isn't it?
That's strong. Can you imagine if he gave up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now look at how successful he is. 2 to 3 roofs a week. That's great.
Yeah, and he's doing it without any kind of storms. Mm-hmm. Great, man. David Mathis is watching. David Mathis is part of my Platinum Partners group through Burrell Roofing.
Oh, for sure.
Nice to see you, David.
Good company over there, Burrell Roofing.
That's right. Chuck Allen says Chase is a winner.
Not always. Like I said, you fail. Winning is when you persevere.
D-Mize says, I failed the last several months of last year, but kept getting up and fighting. And then I'm currently at where I'm at now. Big thanks to Mike and Chase for the advice. Thank you, Dean. You're too kind, but Dean is a rock star, man.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with us. Dean did it himself.
That's right.
He did kind of, like you said, he had a hard time at the end of the year last year. Now, I mean, I think he's got what, like 20 contracts. Like, it's insane how Dean's doing, and it's because he persevered. You don't give up when you have a bad month.
Yeah.
Now look, I mean, he's killing it. So props to Dean. It has nothing to do with me or you. I don't think it has to do with Dean and him putting forth the effort and drive. Much respect for him.
Cole Reynolds jumped on. Cole, looking forward to our meeting. Greg Edwards is watching. Hey, Greg. Chris Carroll says, when everything feels like it's against you, remember planes take off against the wind. Don't let objections stop you from being great. That's pretty good.
That's a good quote. Yeah.
Yeah. Melissa Burrell is watching. What's up, Melissa? I am going to petition the city leaders to get you that stoplight that you need, okay? We'll make that happen. Leanne Koppel says, this is going to be good. Leanne Koppel says, Clint and I moved to Utah to try to make something of ourselves. Failed miserably, lost a ton of money, and were discouraged. We decided to not let that define our future, but prepare for our future, and moved to Texas with only a few $100s in our name. We took multiple risks, and now 7 years later, we have created an amazing company with my brother and are able to help our team provide for their families. I appreciate our failure, and it made us who we are today.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's them right there. That's one of the most inspiring stories. Like, whenever I find out that's how ASAP started, to persevere through all that struggle, that's something else, man. Like, props to Leanne, Clint, JoJo, Kevin, all them for making what we have here. They started off with nothing. Now we're a huge company.
Yeah.
Right. And that's all because of them. I mean, they could have gave up, but that's not who they are if you know them. They're going to push. And now we are doing extremely well. And it all starts with them. None of us would be able to be where we are without them. So that's much props to them. And we all owe them for our position we're in now.
We got David Miller watching. David Miller is a friend of mine. He's done a live interview with me before. I really like David. Really good guy. And David, I bet you have things to say about failure too. Josh Shoup says failure is the catalyst that can either push or pull you down. The realest of people push. Way to go, Chase. So he's giving you props. Angel Renneria says, Cole Reynolds told me today, when you have a brick of failure, put it on the ground and step on it so it elevates you higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Failure is a good stepping stone to get where you want to be.
I like this quote from Clint. Clint says, I'd rather fail at doing something than succeed at doing nothing.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Most people in this world are not happy with where they are. Right? Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Again, I told you I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real with you. Most people are not happy with where they are, but they want to act like they're happy. See,
right.
We have a chance. We're actually living the dream. And most people aren't doing that. And it's not because there's no opportunity out there. Like, there's plenty of opportunity. Like, ASAP's hiring company-wide right now, right? You're giving people the opportunity to get that dream, to literally get the freedom, make a lot of money, and still help people, like countless people. I mean, it gives you the sense of freedom so you can go to your son's baseball game if you want to, right? It gives you the sense of helping people because you're helping out so many people. You get fulfilled from that. And then on top of that, you're making very, very good money doing that. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact, I know the other branch managers of ASAP, Clint, Joe, Leanne, they're living the dream. And it's because they took a chance. And it's not that there's no opportunity out there. There's plenty of opportunity out there. But people don't want to take it because they're afraid of failing at that opportunity. I had a guy, we did an interview and he was all for it. He wanted to work with ASAP and he was all for it. And then he found out it was commission based. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you can see he started kind of backing off, right? Because it was a risk for him. It was a risk for me. It was a risk for everybody who works for us. But look at where we're at now. Yeah. Some of the biggest risks can lead to some of the best outcomes you've ever experienced in your life.
It's true.
I'm living my dream because I took that risk. So listen, if anybody can hear me out there, I know y'all can hear me. That's a stupid question. But if anybody's listening out there, understand that you have the opportunity to live your dream every single day. There's countless opportunities everywhere. ASAP's just one of them. I'm sure there's so many other opportunities out there as well. You have the opportunity to live your dream. If you're not living it, I'm going to be real with you. It's because of you.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to have to step up and take that risk, take that chance to live your dream. And if you do, you may fail, honestly. Like I said, failure happens. But it may turn into one of the best things you've ever done in your entire life. And if you have a dream, if you want that success and you don't take that chance, that's when you should be ashamed right there.
Chase, let's say that a guy is watching this, guy or gal. None of the people that we've called out, because I know them, and I doubt that they're in that situation, or maybe they are secretly, or they're watching this on the replay. Hundreds will see this interview and watch this. So what if we catch somebody who's feeling depressed? They're feeling down. They're feeling defeated. They're feeling like today is the day that they're just not going to do it. What's some practical things that they can maybe do? Maybe 2 or 3 practical things that they can do if they're not feeling like they have the strength or the energy to pick themselves back up. What do you suggest a guy does? Turn it to you.
First thing I would say pray. That's the first thing I always, that's my go-to. All right. After that, after you've prayed and you've thought about it, I would reach out to somebody who is experienced in the field you're trying to get to. You can have a lot of learning and a lot of information that you can learn from people in your field. All right. But they're not going to reach out to you. All right. You're going to have to reach out to somebody and ask them to help you get out of this funk. It's okay to be in funks. Like you said, Mike, it's called the dip. You're going to get in a funk starting off, especially. And then as life comes on, you're going to get into more dips. You're going to have some more funk. But whenever you get out of that dip, out of that funk, is whenever you look yourself in the mirror and you decide, I'm not giving up. I'm going to push through and I'm going to make it happen. There's no other way. Once you give yourself no other option except to make it happen, you'd be surprised how quickly it happens. Yeah. But see, a lot of people are giving themselves the option of, okay, that might not work out. So here's my safety net, which it's good to have a safety net. Don't get me wrong, but don't put your faith and your eggs in that safety net. Put your eggs in the attempt to go out and do what you want to do. All right. It's okay to fail, like I said, and it's okay to go into funks. But if you are going into a funk, reach out to somebody and ask for their advice. There's people out there who, this is what they do. Like you, Mike, this is what you do. You help people. There's other people that will help you as well. Mike's very good at what he does. If you're going through a funk, I would definitely reach out to somebody like Mike or me or Cole or David or anybody like that and just ask. We want to help you. I know everybody at ASAP legitimately wants to help. It doesn't matter who it is. It has nothing to do with the company. If you're Joe Schmo and you ask me for help, I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to give you the real advice that I would give one of my guys, because I want to help people. I want to see other people successful. And so if you're going through a funk, that's okay. It's part of life. Reach out to somebody. That's exactly what I would do. Chase,
can they reach out to you, man? I mean,
anybody.
They're watching this. They're probably connecting with you. What's the best way for them to reach out to you, buddy?
If you want to reach out to me on Facebook, that's probably one of the best ways you can reach out to me. I'm always available. Like I said, I really do want to help anybody. If you have something you're struggling with, if you have something you need advice over, that's what I'm here for. Reach out to me. I don't care who you are. I'll help you out. All right?
Chase, spell your name so people can type it into their Facebook browser and look you up, man.
All right. So it's going to be Bigdaddy. Big Daddy. No, my name's Chase, Chase, like the bank, but without all the money. And my last name's going to be Wofford, Wofford. If you're not friends with me, if you haven't connected with me, connect with me. And if you have any advice you need, any help, that's what I'm here for. I want to help other people out. So
Yeah, I definitely suggest you guys do that. Let's see who else we got here. Nick Dortick, Chris Carroll, Christina Anders. Chris Carroll says giving up's easy, but great job. Christina Anders says no option for giving up, no room for quitters. That's something you just discussed right there. Melissa Mullins, I feel I fail at work all the time, but I love what I do and I push every day. Hashtag goals.
that woman right there never fails. She does a great job at her job. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Michael L. Anders is watching. Chuck Allen says big risk equals big rewards. Look how it pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Tucker gave you a big amen. Chad Frazier is watching. If you guys haven't seen Chad Frazier's latest video, I forget what page that's on, but it's a broomstick challenge video. It's pretty funny. Is that on ASAP Roofing Longview or
I believe
ASAP Roofing Longview? That's Chad. Big dummy. Nick says solid advice right there. Burn the boats. Alfredo is watching. Chris Carroll pumped up. Let's go. No looking back. Head high. Let's rock, Rockwall. Andy is watching. Andy, the good-looking man from McDonough, Georgia, who makes it onto all the GAF promos. Wyatt Pritchett. Wyatt is a super smart dude. I need Wyatt to teach me how to read blueprints. You know, that's what I need.
Wyatt's a beast.
Yes, he is. Stephen Hughes, thumbs up. Melissa Mullins, Chase, you are awesome. Hey, Chase, so while you were talking there for a second, you kind of lifted your arm, and I saw you had some like a tattoo or something like that right on your arm.
Yeah, it's a birthmark. No. Yeah, I got a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah, what do you got?
So pretty much everything on my arm is related to my faith. We got a cross, an angel. There's even a snake. I don't know how I'm gonna get you to see this. There's a snake right here going up to the angel that signals temptation, because temptation is everywhere. I mean, I got faith, cross, angels. I also have Lord, what would I do if I lost my faith in you? That's actually a song that is from Brantley Gilbert, and that quote, I love that quote so much. I got it tattooed on me because honestly, I don't know where I'd be without my faith. So everything I have on my arm is faith related. They say that everybody wants to talk about, oh, you're going to get a tattoo, you're going to regret it one day. See, I disagree. As long as it's something that means something to you, I don't think you'll ever regret it.
Hey, Chase, just one time for the people at home. Let's do the gun show.
All right, everybody, hide the kids because this is going to be pretty scary. Watch out now. A little bit of thunder and a little bit of lightning.
Chase, you actually work out. I mean, you're pretty committed to the gym, right?
Yeah, so this is something me and you have talked about a lot. I think if you want to change your life, if you want to change your mindset, if you want to change where you are, first thing you should do is start working out. Once you start working out, like I work out in the morning, right? And then every time I work out, I feel so much better after. See, I think what it is it's more of a mental thing. You go to your workout and you crush your workout. Now you think you can crush everything that comes in your way in life. And you can't. You can crush everything that comes in your way, but you're going to have to start making steps to doing that. I think if you're in a funk, if you need a change, I would recommend going to the gym every day. It's a nice little kickstart, gets your blood flowing, you start feeling better about yourself. When you start feeling better about yourself, things start happening.
Oh, man, that's great. So listen, I want to talk a little bit more about this gym stuff here in a second, but if you have a question for Chase, you want to talk specifically about something related to failure, if you have any kind of question that you want to leave here, I'd love for you to drop it in the comments box because we're steering towards the end here. We still have a few more minutes. Oh my gosh, somebody's dropping all the loves and the hearts here. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. Chase, they're loving what you're doing today.
I'm here to help. I'm loving what you do every day for us, so I appreciate that.
Alfredo says, I'm late. Hopefully I can still learn something from you guys. Keep up the good job. Brad Ridenour is watching. Brad, what's going on, man? Brad's a real pro. I appreciate it. Kathy says, got to this late, but thanks, Chase. Giving me something to think about. Thank you. Kathy, we appreciate you. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it so very much. Guys, I love all the hearts and thank you. uh, Chase, if you could see what's popping up on this screen here, there's a few people here that really love you, man.
I mean, I appreciate the support, you know, and it's not them appreciating what I do. I want to be able to appreciate what they do. So if they need help, if they need somebody to reach out to give advice, that's what I'm here for. Don't only like the post and all this stuff. Reach out to me, and if you need help, I'm here to help. I
Yeah.
appreciate the support from y'all, and me and Mike both appreciate it because Mike is a superstar. I want to thank him, like I said, for giving me this platform to help y'all out. Wouldn't be possible without Mike. Mike helps us a lot, and so I mean, definitely give props to Mike, and he's the reason why we are where we are, to be honest.
Well, I love working with you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate being platinum partners with ASAP Roofing, the Rio Blanco team. It's good. Listen, Josh Shoop says, I love my morning workout. It really helps me focus on my day.
Perfect.
Leanne's giving you props. Chase, I learned some great things from you today. Great video. So Chase, let's tie this up by talking about your passion. Your passion is working out. Is it possible to be a failure at the gym?
Yeah, it's called going till failure. You're supposed to fail at the gym. You're supposed to lift until you can't anymore. But again, perfect example. Whenever you work out at the gym and you go until failure, guess what your body does? It rebuilds the next day, right? To where if you go through that same situation again, you're able to lift. I don't know if anybody's familiar with kind of how the body works whenever you exercise, but you're literally tearing your muscles pretty much. That's what working out is. But every day, whenever you go to sleep, your muscles rebuild themselves and they come back a little bit stronger. So that the next time you face something like that, you're trying to lift that dumbbell, you're trying to do that bench press, you can do that because your muscles have become a little bit stronger. Same thing in life. All right? You're going to fail. It's okay. Rebuild. Rebuild yourself a little bit stronger so that if something like that happens again, you can just punch right through that wall.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't understand how working out can directly relate to many, many things in life. It's insane.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I never thought of it that way. It's almost like your body fails, but then it learns how to do it better the next time.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. We're pretty wonderfully and uniquely made creatures here, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I think God did a good job.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's excellent. Let's see what we got here, and we're heading towards the finish line, folks. Stephen Smith's watching. Leanne says, Mike's the man. Thanks, Leanne. You check the email. Chase, really, this is great. David says, I failed at the gym this morning and felt great afterwards. Josh says, I got you, homie. Listen, this has been Chase Wofford. He owns the results for ASAP Roofing in Rockwall. You can look him up online, Chase Wofford. He has encouraged you to reach out to him. They can private message you, hit you up on your wall, and he'll spend some time with you. This guy, I'm really impressed with what he's doing. I'm really hopeful about his results in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. You already kicked off with some great team members and some incredible sales. You had a few challenges getting kicked off, though. Your office, that was kind of a failure. You want to talk about that for a second while we wrap this up?
Yes, so we had some issues with the city getting this office open, and again, perfect example. We could have quit. We could have just said, you know what, we'll just go find another place, but we didn't. You know, even though you have some struggles, which we did in the beginning, it was tough. We didn't even have a place. I was interviewing people at Starbucks. Right? I mean, it's part of it. The struggle is part of it, but you got to love the grind, right?
Yeah.
Now, just because you have some struggles that occur, you may fail a few times, which we definitely did. It was a struggle getting this place open, but we pushed through. And now, I mean, we're doing very, very well. Right?
Yeah, how long was that delay before you could actually get in your own office?
It was months. I want to say it was like 4 months.
That's crazy, man.
But guess who didn't give up?
I'm guessing Chase.
Nope. Neither did Clint, neither did Joe, neither did Leanne, neither did anybody. Because you can't give up in life. Once you give up in life, you fail. That's the only time you fail.
Yeah, JoJo, he's a pit bull, man. Once he decides that he's going to do something, he makes sure that it gets done.
He has that perseverance.
He does. All right, man. Let's tie this off with the last of the comments here. And Dean wants to know the best way to reach out to you. I think we went over that, but go over it one more time here.
You can find me on Facebook, Chase Wofford. Friend me. If you have anything you need to talk about, shoot me a message. You know, I may end up giving you a phone call. And we'll just have a talk about what you need to talk about, what we need to fix, what we need to address. I'm here to help you. So Facebook's a really, really good tool to reach out to me and to reach out to anybody, really. We have this platform where we can pretty much get information nonstop. Use it, right? It's a great tool. So if you want to reach out to me or anybody, find us on Facebook. Reach out to us. We'll be glad to help.
Absolutely, man. Well, out of time here, but man, that's 45 minutes flew by fast, didn't it?
Oh my God, that flew by quick.
Listen, if you're still watching or if you're catching this on the replay before 4 o'clock Central Time today, make sure and check your email. You have a personal invite. If you're a roofing company owner, if you own the company, you're invited to a very special live in the roofing company owners group with Clint Koppel and JoJo Kozel. They're going to be talking about sales recruiting. And that's, man, you don't want to miss that if you're a roofing company owner. So get in the roofing company owners group. You have to provide proof that you actually own the company in order to get in, but I'd love to see you there. Chase, what an excellent job, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today. Guys, definitely reach out to Chase and let him know that he did a good job, or reach out to him if you have any questions or comments. Nick, he straight commission. That was, we talked about that a little bit earlier, but Chase, all your guys are straight commission, right?
Absolutely, straight
That's
commission.
right, man.
But
So
that's not, you don't look at the commission, right? I think everybody's on commission for the most part. It doesn't matter whether you have a salary or not. If you don't perform, you're gone.
yeah,
It's the same thing for us. If you don't perform, you don't eat. But the good part is if you do perform, you eat very, very well.
that's right, man.
See, a lot of people are afraid of the great unknown, right? The dark unknown that nobody knows. But let me tell you right now, whenever you're in the dark, that's when your light shines the brightest, right? So if you give yourself that chance and you just jump off into the dark and unknown, give yourself that chance. You may end up shining brighter than you ever thought you could.
Wise words, Chase. Wise words. Guys, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Again, if you're a roofing company owner, make sure you get in the group, because Chase did an excellent job kind of whetting our appetite, but Clint and JoJo are going to come along this afternoon at 4 o'clock for roofing company owners and drop the gold nuggets on sales recruitment. All right, guys.
Good.
Make it a great day.
I like it.